Alright guys, welcome back to a new video. In today's trade recap, we ended up taking two trades today. Well, like one trade and then another trade where I realized that it wasn't a context trade but rather an emotional pattern trade, so I took it off, or a small loss. So I wouldn't say that's a trade, rather, I don't know, you can call it maybe a mistake where we realized we were not on in the right headspace, you can say. But yeah, we're gonna go over everything we ended up taking today and why we ended up taking it. So coming into the day here, at first I wanted to be bullish because we had big displacement up, but then I realized, I was like, damn, we just tapped into this daily that is really deep in a premium of the entire leg, and we are displacing higher. Like, we waked here, but at the time we're displacing higher. I do want to see bullish order flow. Okay, then I saw price here 9:30. Before 9:30 open, we ended up sweeping this high and tapping into an hourly gap, and then I was like, okay, like this is most likely just gonna be a sweep of this low at 9:30 open, and we're gonna go higher again. But I was wrong. 9:30 ended up opening lower, and we just kept dumping. And I was like, okay, like at some point we're gonna end up going higher, but I just don't know when. I just gonna wait for bullish order flow, and then a confirmation of bullish order flow, and then I'm gonna take some longs. But what did price end up doing? We ended up creating a beautiful range here, and we got really close to yesterday's earnings, right? So data lows. Yesterday we had earnings, so I was like, all right, like maybe price wants to go there. Like, we're so close to this low. I'm not gonna try to catch a reversal. I just want to find a continuation. I'm not trying to bottom tick or top tick the market. I just want to catch continuation. So it's okay. Like, this looks great. We had a 5-minute range, and I was okay. Once price comes to equilibrium, I'm gonna look for shorts. Price put in this 5-minute gap, and I was like, all right, like if we sweep an inverse, I'll take a short because I'm extremely bearish here. And again, keep in mind, we did form a breaker or bullish breaker, a low, high, lower, low, higher, high. And I was like, I doubt that this bullish breaker will do anything because we are so bearish. Like, I doubt it would really do anything. And I was like, all right, let's see what it really ends up doing. I was like, but I'm gonna end up taking this trade because I'm confident that we are bearish. So I was like, okay, like we ended up rebalancing. We tapped the 5-minute BISI, and then we swept the high, and then what do we do? Inverse the leg at the 2-minute. And I'm like, all right, perfect. This is my short. I'm gonna short this. I short it, and ES comes here and creates the SMT. But the reason why I didn't go break even was because again, I felt really confident in the trade. I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, I do want to see a sweep of this. We have a 15-minute gap. Like, price is literally downtrending all day. Like, I'm gonna short this shit. Like, I don't care about that SMT. It shouldn't matter because we're so bearish. And I was willing to play those probabilities, and I was wrong. I lost. And I was like, all right, like, damn, this kind of sucks. Like, why is price pushing higher? There's no real reason. And I was trying to kind of build an analysis behind why price is going higher, and the only conclusion that I came up with was that that we came to constant encroachment of this 4-hour, and we tapped this 15-minute BISI. They did an inverse. So I was like, all right, like maybe that's what it is, and we have CRT here, and maybe we can go to this range back to 9:30. And I was like, all right, like I don't mind maybe finding a potential long to the 15-minute unfilled. So what did price end up doing here? We ended up going again. This is where I made a mistake, but I didn't long. I ended up shorting again. So 5-minute again. This whole range inversed, and now we had this 30-minute. So I'm looking at 11, and then I'm like, all right, like price should be bullish, and then price comes up, sweeps the high again. I was gonna take a long here and break even and target the 30-minute, which was this high and this high. But then price obviously never gave me an inversion entry. We ended up taking my break even and then going lower. And I was like, all right, like this 5-minute inverse, we might be bearish now. Like, and in the moment, like this here distracted me. I was like, oh, we swept the high and now we're reversing back down. But I forgot to look at the higher time frame, and it's like, and I told myself, I'm like, damn, there's actually no narrative to this trade. Are we delivering off a higher time frame PD rate? Are we in a range? Like, is there a sweep? Is there anything clean? And it's like, there was no higher time frame PD rate. There was no range, just an inversion. And I feel like it was maybe an emotional trade, and I was too attached to maybe the shorts. So I ended up shorting, and I realized I was like, nah, bro, this is actually a terrible short. I saw the equal lows, but I was like, nah, I don't like this trade. I don't want to be part of this. And we ended up going a little higher, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just cut this trade. This is not really my model. I just made a mistake where I let the sweep like fog me mentally, and I immediately just closed the trade. I said, you know what, I'm not even gonna do this. So I ended up taking $100 loss. It was like 117, and I was like, all right, bet. Again, I ended up shorting 7 MNQs here, and again, so yeah, it was like around there. Yeah, it was like $100 loss. So again, I'm okay with the loss. But I'm happy that I was able to pull myself out of that. Oh wait, what are we delivering from? Is there any context here? And I'm happy that I was able to do that. So since I pulled myself out of that, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just get off. There's no real range. There's no higher time from delivery. There's nothing, and there's always gonna be another trade. I'm not gonna do this, so it's okay. This trade was good. We have a range. We have a higher time frame. We have a sweep. We have equilibrium. We have SMT, high time frame inversion. We have everything. This trade, we just had inversion, equal lows, and a sweep. But this messed me up. I was too zoomed in, and that's my fault. But I'm glad I was able to just cut the trade and not let it affect me more. I feel like it was more of a pattern trade and more like, oh wait, this should deliver now. And I got caught up in the moment. So yeah, I hit a little bit of a gray zone today, but I'm happy that I pulled myself out of it, and I was like, yo, wait, I'm making actually a big mistake. This is not my edge. We're not delivering off a higher time frame. We're not actually doing the right thing. So I cut the trade. Again, this trade over here as well, I was a little bit over my fixed risk. When I had my stop loss, it was like 420, and I was like, oh wait, I'm over risk. So I ended up cutting one off, and I was only risking like 370 something. So I ended up losing 400 and something on this trade, 410, or 407 after commission, something like that. And I was like, okay, like I'm happy I actually cut one contract, and then that's why this trade, when I lost $100, it's that. So yeah, only down 1% today with 2 trades. Again, I'm happy with my performance. Again, not every single day I'm gonna be on my A game, and today was one of those days where I made a mistake, and all I have to do is journal, and get back at it next week, right? This week we ended up down only $200. Again, my first red week following my rules, right? Again, but I'm happy that I followed all my rules, and when I made a mistake, I was able to cut the mistake off and not dig a deeper hole for myself. So again, we have pros and we have cons. So how do we rate the day? I say I'm rating the day more on the pro side, right? We stayed patient for this model. So we stayed patient today. We followed our model, right? We have a range. We had equilibrium. We had a high time from PDRA. We had a super liquidity, high time from inversion, and I stayed confident. So execution was a 10 out of 10 here. My emotions, I would say 10 out of 10. I wasn't emotional during this trade. And then my risk management, I would say it was like a 9.5. I would say 8, but 8 out of 10. But I did take one contract off when I was over risked, based off of my fixed amount. Again, I know I'm supposed to be, again, for some people that trade fund this differently, you guys probably risk way more. But again, I used to risk more, but the reason I'm not doing it is to prove to myself that I can be process focused on every single trade and do the right thing every single trade. So yeah, my fixed risk amount is 375 per trade. I was risking around 420 at the time, so I cut one off and I managed to bring it to 380 something. So I'm happy about that. So I would say 9.5. Maybe I should have done the math a little bit better, but whatever. In the moment, I didn't think of that, so I'm just gonna cut myself some grace. I'm gonna give myself some grace and cut myself some slack. So it's all good. 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, execution, I follow my rules, patient, emotion, and risk management, really good. This one now, again, execution, really low. Like, I would say 1, bro. Like, just because it's a fucking inversion. And it's the highest time frame. Risk management, again, I cut it off. I just ended up cutting the whole trade. So, I would say 10 out of 10. Or 9 out of 10, again. I risked the same amount. It was like 380. And I ended up just cutting it because I realized I was wrong. So, like, this, I don't even want to rate it, right? I don't really want to rate it. But I would say emotions, definitely. I was, I guess, a little emotional. And I was too attached to my draw or to my bias, or too zoomed in. So, yeah, definitely going to say this is, like, more of a, I don't even want to rate this because this is not even a trade. This is something where I made a mistake and I cut the trade, and like I realized my mistake right away, and I did again. This feels more of a pro than a con. The cons here is there's no context to this trade. There is no high time frame. There's no range. There's just a high time frame inversion. So I would say that this trade is mostly just a mistake. I was too zoomed in. I looked at the sweep here and I saw the 5 minute, but again I was like, yo wait, why am I so zoomed in? And it was because I was gonna look for a long. So once I saw my break even get taken and displacement down and the equal lows and the 5 minute inversion, it made me think like, oh wait, that's my edge. But no, I'm like, oh, like this would be a good trade. So again, I was wrong. It is what it is. We did the right thing. We cut the trade, and we didn't inflict our will more than we usually would. So again, overall, I would say a really good day. Just performance wasn't A+ today. I would say it's like a B+. Yeah, or like B+ to A-. I'm not gonna be perfect every day, but I'm happy that I'm able to realize, I'm making a mistake and I'm walking away. So that's really good. Other than that, I really don't know what else to say. Other than that, I feel like it's a pretty good day. Yeah, it sucks that we took 2 losses already, back to back. But that's part of my model, part of the statistic of my edge. So this is exactly what I wanted to go through. This is the reason why I lowered my size, because I said I want to go through something like this where I am lowering my size, I am actually following my rules, and I'm not making back-to-back mistakes, right? And I'm happy I'm doing that. So very proud of my execution, very proud of myself. And we came in on Monday. On Tuesday, we followed our rules, banked. On Wednesday, we followed our rules, lost. And then today, Thursday, we follow our rules, lost again, and then made a minor mistake. And then instead of holding the trade and over leveraging and being more emotional than we should have, we cut the trade once we realized we were wrong. Again, we stayed within our fixed amount of risk management. We stayed process focused, and as soon as we hit a gray zone, we were able to pull ourselves back into that process focused mentality. So again, this is just the truth of trading. This is the reality of trading. Like, there's going to be days where you make a mistake and you just have to literally ground yourself again and say, oh shoot, you know what, I made a mistake, but I'm disciplined because I'm worthy of it. I know I'm doing the right thing. I just made a mistake today, and that's okay. It's another day in the office. We walk away, and that's it. So again, most likely done for the day here. I'm not really gonna trade anything. There's no reason for a trade here. There's just a random range here. But again, what is the reason for this range? There's not really anything here that I like that I would end up taking. So again, we have this breaker here, I guess. Now it's a downside high, lower, low, breaker, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, mitigation. But again, no context, no high time from PD rate, no range, no nothing. There's just a range here, and that's it. So again, and it's 11:52. I'm not gonna trade right now. I'm gonna go get some food, and I'll see you in the PM. If there's something good in the PM, I'll come and take. If there's not, then I'm done for the day. Again, if I'm done for the day, most likely not gonna trade tomorrow because tomorrow is Friday and I work. So what else? Did I journal this morning? I don't think I journaled this morning because I was feeling pretty good this morning. But I didn't journal this morning. I'll probably do some journaling now. But overall, if I don't end up trading today, I'm ending the week minus $200 for the week. Again, if you compare my last week with this week, again, I'm not gonna like make it a habit, but I'm gonna show you guys this one time. If you compare last week with this week, again, win, loss, break even, win. This week, win, loss, loss. It happens, and look, we're still ending green on the week. Overall, I feel very happy. Again, I don't care if it takes me longer to pass the funded or not. Again, all I care is, can I follow my rules for 20 trades in a row? And I did follow my rules. It's been 8-9 trades now, except for one, right? I made one mistake, but I didn't hold it. I cut it. So again, I count it as a win. Instead of hoping, I told myself no, because it's gonna bite me in the ass again. I made a simple mistake, and I immediately came to my center and said, no, 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 this is wrong. So, yeah. Yet overall, good day. I'm done for the day. Most likely, if I see something in the PM, I'll let you guys know on another trade recap, or if I make one tomorrow. And well, tomorrow I work, but if I make one on Sunday, you guys will know by then. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good day. Again, if you guys took a trade today, put it in the comment section below on what trade you took, why you took it, and if you guys want me to go over a trade or any trading ideas or any question, just let me know. And yeah, as always, again, this is not financial advice. This is just my own perspective of how I personally view the market and my own personal journey. Other than that, I'm just showing you guys a process. Again, I'm just showing you guys the process focused mentality and just building the habits to a process focused mentality and just being very truthful to you guys, showing you guys the process of building those habits. It's hard, but you got to talk your way through it. You got to talk to yourself and just do a lot of internal work. So again, I'm very happy about this. Although it feels like a one of those days where it's like, damn, bro, I wish I would have performed better. That's good, right? That you feel this way. Like, you lost. Whatever. Did you follow your rules? Yes. So that's a win, right? You made a mistake? Alright. It's all good. What did you do about it? Okay, well, in the moment, I actually cut it. But what if I would have held it? Did I over leverage? No, I didn't over leverage. I kept my same fixed amount. I just realized there was no context to this trade. And yeah, maybe I realized this sooner. I wish I would have realized it sooner. Maybe I did. But maybe I got too attached to the trade. But then I came to my senses and I said, no, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. So, again, you see the habits are there. The will to get better is there. The will to be patient is there. The will to stay process focused is there. So that's all that matters. 2 back-to-back process focused week. I can't wait to see how disciplined I am within a month from now or 2 months from now. So I can't wait. Again, this is just the beginning of this process focused journey, and I've been journaling every single day. So yeah, days like this suck. They feel like, damn, I'm not growing, I'm not progressing, but in reality you are, right? Because all you need is 2-3 good trades a week and you'll be fine. Again, and this was unfortunately the only good trade this week that I ended up cooking was on Tuesday, and then Wednesday yesterday would have been fire, but no entry. And then yeah, yesterday we ended up taking a mech and it lost, right? We had everything. We had a range, we had equilibrium, we had high time, we had everything, and nothing happened. So yeah, this is gonna happen and there's nothing you can do about it. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys in next week's trading recap. Other than that, peace.